Hey guys, this is Luke from Average Athlete, and today we're looking at a Criterium race with Lifecycle. This is held at Nunda, which is just a bit north of Brisbane. It's a bit fresh this morning, as you can see. Everyone's got their long sleeves out. And we got a special treat with this one. We had a couple guys on a tandem bike, which is good to see. They get lots of audio cues, as I think the person on the back had some visual impairment, so it's good to see that very good inclusiveness of these guys. Of course, they're a bit heavier. They take a bit longer to turn and brake and speed up and all that, but they're working quite well together. As you can see, the track's pretty nice. It's a pretty straightforward track. A few chicanes which you don't need to slow down for, at least not at the speeds we were going. We average about 41 k's an hour ish for the day. This is C grade, so it's only 30 minutes plus 2 laps, and I think there was about 3 primes in that time as well. The first one I went for, and after that I pretty much cooked. Got all the excuses in the world for this. My asthma inhaler is pretty much out. Plus I seem to be sick from this race onwards, which may be why I sound a bit off today as well. But yeah, it was a beautiful morning. Sun's out. We'll probably skip ahead to some of the more interesting parts, at least for me. As always, I use these to have a look to see what I could do better. It's pretty black and white when it's on camera rather than what you think about in your head, how you could have done stuff differently. In this crit there was probably 30 plus riders. There was a junior, which you can kind of see just on the front right. He had a really good motor on him. I reckon if he wasn't on restricted gears like juniors are, he could have done quite a lot of damage. But because we carried so much speed through this whole race, it's only so much spinning you can do. My heart rate's actually pretty high at the moment for the amount of watts I'm putting out. Alright, we'll skip ahead to something a bit more entertaining. Alright, we skip forward probably about 5 minutes. I only really make one hard effort in this race, or one decent effort, and after that, as I said, I was pretty cooked. You can see I'm moving up here. Could slow down a little bit, so I seem to grab a few positions. Not a lot. Geez, my heart rate still is pretty high for the amount of watts I put now. I haven't raced in a while either, to be honest. It's been a couple months. So a bit out of form, bit out of position, but not too bad. I was pretty happy with the way everything went. Here's that junior I was talking about. He was sitting on the front for a lot. And to be honest, if I was going to win one of these, it'll probably be on a breakaway for a couple laps to go. I haven't really got a lot of sprint snap, 15 seconds or whatever. But you give me 30 seconds or more, I'm pretty good in those areas. Normally, anyway. So yeah, we're sitting on 40, a bit over 40. There is a bit of a headwind coming down here for the start-finish stroke. So there's a preem-lap whistle. So I start to back off the power a little bit. I'm flicking my elbow here, waiting for somebody to come past on the inside, and I move away. There's a tiny bit of a lump there. So nobody was coming past, so I came around the outside. So I know this guy in the white, he's raced with him before at Muzz, and I know he's a sprinter. Seems to be always in the good spot near the end. Now here, coming around this bend, the guys on the front just slowed down. They must have realised that they weren't willing to snap. So I snap here early, well early. Get it up. I have a look behind me in my shadow and there wasn't somebody too close. But I have a look here on my shadow, I can see somebody's catching up. So I'll move over so I only have to watch my left. They come around. And it was maybe an inch in it. Like it was super close. And I probably spent too many of my matches there, to be honest. Heart rate definitely gets up there. But yeah, there's some friendly banter there. I give him a fist bump. He said well done, which was a good effort. I had no teammates in this race either, so I wasn't saving my matches or bickies for them. So now we're just waiting for the group to catch up again. I'm recovering. Heart rate's pretty high for me. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back into it. We'll skip ahead again. Picking it up again. We haven't got much to go. This guy in front of me, actually, he's the one that beat me by an inch, and you can see the tandem bike on the left here, which I still think is pretty cool, to be honest. I'm still trying to recover from that previous effort. This is a pretty short crit, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. So you can go pretty hard and do a fair bit of damage. It's pretty quick. Me giving a little bit of extra space to our tandem bike friends. Through here is actually a bit bumpy, to be honest. Can't tell on the camera, but yeah, on the bike you do feel it. Pace is picking up for the last couple laps. A couple people off the front, trying to get a gap, which they do. Something I should be more aware of next time is I should be closer to the front around this time of the race, so I could potentially go with one of those efforts off the front. Heart rate's still very high. Can't believe it, looking back at it now. So these crits are held maybe once a month on the Sundays. They're more common on the Saturdays. This track gets used a lot. You'll see during the day as well that people always here doing laps. It's not a safe place to do it. Don't have to worry about traffic. Coming up to, I think there's 2 laps to go. And I'm out of position, of course. Heart rate through the roof. It's high for me. Figured I could get a quick ride up here, which almost worked. That's one thing riding in this group, actually. They were all pretty safe, I'd say. Safe and straight. And they weren't doing any wild turns or swerving at each other or anything like that. They're all pretty respectful of everyone's space and yeah, not cutting it too fine or diving corners. So there's still a couple of guys off the front. So the group's trying to catch them. So you're kind of just around that bend. We're doing like 50 k's an hour here. The group's starting to get a bit out of shape. Doesn't end well for this last lap for me. I pretty much just stay here. Realise I can't do much else. Spend all the bickies. And plus, you know, to me, if you're well, just for me anyway, if I'm not in the top 3 or racing for the top 3, I'm normally just cruising to the line anyway. Cool. Thanks guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully next time I'm a bit more energetic and I sound a bit healthier. And we can do the usual. Comment, like and subscribe. Thanks.